What do you think? What kind of like thing you think the outside perception is off on when it comes to like baseball analytics coming up, both from like the ground level up, like at like a pretty young level, even youth in some cases. We have like the Driveline Academy popping off. Shout out Devin Morgan, but I mean, like, from the outside staring in, obviously there's like, it's easy to point out people like John Smoltz or whomever who have like a voice and platform, and whether or not whatever their actual personal beliefs are, like they're played up as the people that criticize like a too devoted to data model or analytics. And from my point of view, I think like generally people would be surprised how not nerdy it is, right? Like people at Driveline in general are like the vast majority of them, and it's part of our hiring process too, but the vast majority of them can interact with athletes and aren't like so removed that they're just like suggesting insane stuff or have no idea how development goes. But I was curious to hear your perspective, because again, I think it's like something that's like battled out on Twitter a bunch, but I think like in reality, the two camps might be closer than most people think.
I think like the thought that like X and Y are mutually exclusive is like thought of like whether it's like the velocity and command. Like it's like just because someone's developing like velocity, which is like a skill that scales, it's not mutually exclusive from like command, or like it's not independent of command. It's you're not like not developing the other, or it's like you can't just develop one of the two.
Like velocity and injury prevention.
Yeah, it's like that's just not been shown to like. I mean, you're not like trying to get hurt more because you're trying to throw hard or whatever. It's just like that's not going to happen. So just not understanding that like you can develop both and you can work on both. You're just saying that like a skill that scales is what I'm going to focus a lot of my training economy on, especially at an early age, I think is a misconception. And I definitely agree. I think like the two camps are closer than you think. I think like if you term like older school coaches, I think they were best utilizing the information that they had available to them at the time. And that's kind of what we're doing now. And it's like, we're not that different. We're just maximizing like the tools and the resources we had available to us at that time. And like this time period is just inundated with certain resources. That's kind of my opinion on that, if that's what you were looking for.
Do you have any like kind of like general advice or feedback for people looking to either follow your path or just get more into analytics, either like I said, either on the high school side, college side, pro side, anything?
I would just say like definitely like start independent projects and get access to data as early as you can, and that might be like a clipboard and like a radar gun. It doesn't have to be like a Rapsodo unit, doesn't have to be a TrackMan unit. You can start that early on. I think you can just, whether it's like a clipboard and like a piece of paper and a radar gun, like just track everything and then try to find like how that can impact a player, and just talk to coaches. Like just try to explain certain things to coaches, get their feedback. Don't just work in a bubble and try to see how it would influence like not only the coach, but the athlete. Like talk to the player you're working with. Like, does this make sense? Like, and just never forget like how that's going to work in a training environment if possible. Like, how if you're looking at X in terms of like your analytics, like how can that impact the actual training environment?